And when you're ready, let's move, coming onto fingertips, straight arms. Maybe lifting the head off the mat, stretching into chest as you're dropping the sternum towards the mat. And maybe rock side to side. Feeling the lengthening in the shoulders, your chest. And stay with the long breaths. And then let's stack the forearms in front of the knees for a few twists. So one forearm in front of the other, reaching one arm up, whichever you want. Take a big inhale. Exhale, restack the forearms and a few more each way. See what feels good, how long you want to hold it. If you can, seeing the heels, your bum to the heels. So you're stretching your hips at the same time. I just do one more each way. Please don't rush. Think about stacking the shoulders as you reach up towards the ceiling. This is my last one. Once you're back to center, come onto all fours on hands and knees. Cat and cow. Inhale, look up. Exhale, look down, tug the tailbone. Working with the long inhales and exhales. Taking your time to mobilize the spine. Couple more rounds. See if you want any side-to-side movements very carefully. In any position. I like to round my back and maybe wiggle the bum side to side. Feeling the stretch down the sides of the spine one way or the way. And then come back to neutral. Spread the fingertips a few circles into the wrists. One way or the way whilst you're breathing, getting the wrist ready. One more breath here. And lie down on your front. I'm putting the feet wider than the mat. Keeping the hands underneath the shoulders. Lifting up into mini cobras. Inhale, using back muscles. Exhale, come onto the mat. Maybe look in front of you. Try not to shorten the back of your neck too much. And make sure you're pressing the feet into the mat. You don't have to come too high. Just make sure you feel your back muscles working, preferably the upper back. Not too much in your lower back. And stay lower if you've got any issues on the back. Make this the last one. Once you're on your mat, bring the feet to hip distance. Straighten your spine, push up onto all fours. Find your first downward dog, tucking the tailbone. Tucking the toes. And then once you've lifted your bum up into your inverted V, pedal the heels to lengthen the calves and hamstrings. Check that your arms are long, your neck is long. Maybe shake your head, turn it side to side. Maybe nod your chin to check that there is no tension on your neck. Walk the feet forward, feet hip distance once you're in the front of the mat. Bring your hands onto your shins or knees. Inhale into a long back halfway lift. Exhale forward. And grab the elbows with the opposite hand to swing side to side. Have a generous bend in the knees to protect your knees, your hamstrings and your back. Place your hands onto your shins, round your back, bend your knees even more, and restack the vertebrae as you come into a standing position. Roll the shoulders back once you're there. Let's interlace the fingers in the back to start opening your shoulders, front of your shoulders and your chest. Straighten the elbows if you can, or keep the elbows bent and squeeze your shoulder blades together. Lengthen through the back, soften your knees slightly and tuck your tailbone so you're not causing any tension in the lower back. Some of you might be able to straighten the elbows and maybe point the knuckles to the mat. Hold for one more breath. And on your next inhale, release the hands, sweep them up, inhale. As you exhale, fold forward, hinge from the hips if you can, bend the knees. Inhale, halfway lift, long back. Exhale, high plank. Spread the fingertips. I'm still stepping. You can jump anytime you want. Hold your high plank for a sec. Drawing belly button in. And drop the knees underneath your hips. Coming back onto all fours. Find your neutral spine. Checking that you're stacking the shoulders above the wrists as well. Straight arms. Stick the left leg to the back. Flexing the left leg. Left foot, sorry. Bending, straightening the left knee. Find a neutral spine, draw the belly button in. And tap the left toes down. Lift the heel back up. Start activating the glutes. Make sure you squeeze the left glute as you lift and pause on the top for a sec. Inhale as you tap the foot down. Exhale, lift and squeeze on the top. Make sure the lift is coming from the glutes and your lower back stays in neutral. Let's do another 6. Arms are staying straight. Make sure you're squeezing the glutes so you actually feel your left glute working. And I'm coming up to the last 2. If you've already done your 8 repetitions, just stop on the top and hold. Still flexing the foot, making sure the left toes are pointing to the mat. Pump your heel up to the ceiling for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and hold. I'm going to pivot on the right knee to go into star pose, bending the right knee, pushing the right foot to my right, and lifting up into a modified side plank, left arm up, opening the body out to the left side of the mat. Lift the left foot about hip level, stack the shoulders and hips. Hold for one more breath. And come back to center, step both feet to the back. Find high plank again. Preparing for the first chaturanga. I'm still dropping the knees. Inhale as you push forward. Feel free to go through full chaturanga. I'm dropping the knees. I'm going chin, chest, pressing the feet into the mat as I scooch forward. Inhaling into cobra or upward dog if you want. And find your downward dog in your own time. I'm going through child's pose. You might want to stay with that option in the future, mainly if you're struggling with any back issues. Find your downward dog. Slide bending the knees, pushing your bum high, spreading the fingertips. Inhale, look to the front, bend the knees. Exhale, make your way to the front of the mat. Feel free to step or hop. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen the back. Exhale, fold, gently stretching the hamstrings. Bend your knees, flatten your back again, and hinge off from the hips as you sweep the arms up. Inhale. Exhale, hands to heart center. Sweep the arms around and start again. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold again. I'm folding from the hips with a flat back. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, high plank, step or jump. Hold your high plank for another breath, keeping shoulders above the wrists. And drop the knees underneath the hips so we can do the glute strengthening exercise the other way. Stacking shoulders as well, drawing belly button in. Right leg goes to the back, straightening the right knee. Flexing right foot. Make sure your right hip is no higher than the left. Straight arms. And tap the right toes down. Inhale. Exhale, lift the right heel and squeeze the bum on the top. Let's do another 7. Make sure you pause on the top when you're doing this movement. so your right glute can strengthen, and make sure your left elbow stays straight. Work with your breath. There is no rush. I'm coming up to my last 2. If you've already done your 8 repetitions, by all means, just stay up and wait for me. And then once you're there, again, make sure you're leveling the hip and pump your right heel up to the ceiling. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and hold. Bend the left knee more, pull the heel into your bum, pivot on the left knee, and open up into a star pose. Right arm up, stack the hips and shoulders, point the right toes out to the right side of the mat, and feel the squeeze between your shoulder blades. Draw the belly button in. Again, staying with this option in the future is good when it comes to side plank. Come into a high plank, right hand down, right foot down. Preparing for your second chaturanga. Inhale forward. Again, if you're coming with me, I'm dropping the knees, or go through the full one. Chin, chest, pushing weight forward, pressing feet into the mat. Inhale, cobra or upward dog. And exhale, I'm going through child's pose, downward dog. Choose your options in the future. You can always go a bit harder, making it more difficult for yourself, or you can take it easier. Inhale, look to the front, bend the knees. Exhale, make your way to the front. Inhale, halfway lift, and exhale, forward. Flattening the back, bending the knees. Hinge up and sweep the arms up. Inhale. Exhale, hands to heart center. And let's start again. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, high plank. Leave out the chaturanga if you want, or push forward. Inhale. Exhale, sink through. Inhale, cobra or upward dog. Careful with your back. And exhale, downward dog. Going through child's pose is always safer on the back. Feel free to use that. On your next inhale, lift the right heel behind you, 3-legged dog. Exhale, step through between the thumbs. Sweep up into crescent lunge once you're there. Big inhale and hold for a breath. Bend the right knee, tug the tailbone. Maybe send the left heel towards the back of the mat, so I'm feeling the front of the left hip, and release the shoulders away from the ears. One more inhale. As you exhale, warrior 2, left heel on the mat. Open the arms up into a T position, looking over your right fingertips and bending the right knee slightly more. Let's reverse. You can start the bind if you want, left hand behind you or left hand on your left thigh. Right fingertips to the ceiling and hold that side bend. Keep bending the right knee. One more inhale. Reach the right fingertips higher and behind you. Exhale, cartwheel the hands down into an easy twist. I'm cartwheeling around. Left hand goes on the mat. I'm lifting the left heel towards the ceiling and the right arm up to the ceiling. Staying in that high lunge, bending right knee, left knee straight, and rolling shoulder blades together, long neck, twisting the back. Going into a side plank, you have the option to drop the left knee onto the mat and turn into a star pose like before, or left heel on the mat, push the right foot back. And I'm stacking the right foot on top of the left. If it's too difficult, put the right foot in front of the left in a scissor position and hold. Lift the hip a bit higher. Let's circle the top arm around. As you inhale, right bicep to the ear, and circle all the way towards the mat as you exhale. Reach back up, inhale. Exhale, circle around, right bicep to the ear. One more time. Inhale, reach. Exhale, circle down. Reach back up one more time. Lift the hip a bit higher. Inhale. And exhale, high plank. Leave out the chaturanga if you want. Or inhale, push the weight forward. Exhale, sink through. Inhale, cobra or upward dog if you want to take the thighs off. Tight tummy, please. And exhale, downward dog. Go through child's pose if you need to. Take another breath. Lift the left heel, three-legged dog. Inhale. Exhale, step through between the thumbs. Finding runner's lunge. Making sure left knee is above the left ankle. Sweep the arms up. Crescent lunge. Take a big inhale. Exhale, bend the left knee. Release the shoulders away from the ears. Tuck in the pelvis if you've got any pain in your lower back. One more inhale to prepare for warrior two. Exhale, right heel on the mat. And open the arms in a T, looking over your left fingertips. Make sure you're bending the left knee. Let's reverse. Start a bind if you want the right hand behind you, maybe on the top of the left thigh, or reach towards your right ankle. Keep reaching left fingertips to the ceiling and to the back of the mat. One more inhale to feel that side bend. Exhale, easy twist, cartwheel around, the right hand goes on the mat, left hand up to the ceiling. Spread the hips, but stack the shoulders on top of each other. Star pose if you want to drop the right knee onto the mat, or heel over and push the left heel back, left foot back. Scissor position with the foot, or stack the left foot on top of the right. Lift the hip higher. Stack the shoulders again. And let's circle with the left arm. Left bicep to the ear, inhale. Exhale, circle down. Twice more. Reach. Circle down. One more time. And sweep it down. Reach up one more time. Lift the hip higher. Take a big inhale. Exhale, high plank. We're going to sink onto our front and stay there. Inhale, come forward, drop the knees if you need to. Find yourself on your stomach. Putting the feet wider than your mat once you're there. Relax your head and shoulders onto the mat and place your hands on top of your hips. If you want to, just grab one wrist and relax the elbows by your side. Let's see if we can open the shoulders, front of the shoulders and the collarbones. Keep holding onto the wrist if it's easier. Roll your shoulder blades together and maybe straighten the elbows. Some of you might be able to interlace the fingers and maybe press the back of the heels of your hands together. Lift your shoulders, but make sure you press the feet into the mat. Try and draw the belly button away from the mat. Squeeze your shoulder blades together and then lengthen your neck. Imagine someone is pulling your hands away from your ears towards the back of the mat. So you're lengthening your shoulders, your neck, and your arms. One more breath here. Release it off, hands underneath your shoulders, feet back to hip distance. Sit into child's pose, please do it slowly. Handstand practice if you want to do it on forearms, or leave it out and sit in child's pose. Bring the elbows onto the mat, interlacing fingers, except for the little ones. Press them into the mat. Make sure your elbows are no wider than your shoulders. Putting the very top of your head, the crown of your head, just behind your hands. Straightening the legs, tucking toes. Walking the feet towards the elbows and press into the elbows. You might want to stop here. If you know your headstand, don't wait for me, just go into your own headstand. If you're doing drills, one heel comes into the bum, making sure you keep pressing into the elbows. One leg at a time is absolutely fine. See if you want to lift into it somehow. Maybe tuck, or maybe push one leg up, that will lift the other leg. And have a little play with that. This is your first one. That will be another go. Once you've had enough, Come out of the position slowly. Sink back into the child's pose. Take a breath. And let's find downward dog. Are we okay? Did you hurt yourself or you're okay? Just give me a thumbs up. Yeah, okay. I'm so glad these sessions are recorded. Give me a downward dog. I'm going to watch that. Give it a little stretch in the shoulders. Keeping a slight bend in the knees. Make your way to the front of the mat. Inhale, look forward. Exhale. Get to the front, feet hip distance. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Come all the way into standing position. Sweep the arms up. Inhale. Exhale, hands to heart center. Release the arms and let's go through the same flow again. Sweep the arms around. Inhale. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, high plank or chaturanga if you want. You can sink through with the same out breath or take your time. Inhale into cobra or upward dog. Let's meet in downward dog. And hold for a breath. Lift the right heel behind you, three-legged dog. Inhale. Exhale, step through between the thumbs. Runner's lunge. Sweep the arms up, crescent lunge. Inhale. Exhale, left heel on the mat, warrior two. Open the arms in a T. Bend the right knee. Reverse, you can bind if you want. Inhale, reach the right arm up. Feel the stretch in the right side. Exhale, easy twist, cartwheel the hand down, left hand goes on the mat. Right arm up. Find your side plank or star, left heel on the mat or left knee, push the right leg back. Find your balance, lift the hip high, one circle with the arm. Inhale, right bicep to ear. Exhale, sweep it down. Inhale, reach back up. Exhale, chaturanga, or take your time with the same exhale, sink through. Inhale, cobra upward dog. And exhale, downward dog. You can always leave out the chaturanga. Other side, inhale, left heel up, three-legged dog. Exhale, step through between the thumbs, runner's lunge. Sweep the arms up, inhale, crescent. Exhale, warrior two, right heel on the mat, open into a T with the arms. Flip the left palm, reverse the warrior, bind if you want. Feel that stretch on the left side. As you exhale, cartwheel down, easy twist, right hand on the mat, left arm up. Star pose or side plank. Sweep that left leg back. You can always drop the right knee. Find your balance. Lift the hip high. One circle, left bicep to the ear. Inhale. Exhale, sweep down. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, chaturanga, or leave it out, or take your time. Inhale, cobra upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Let's do it one more each way. Inhale, lift the right heel behind you, three-legged dog. Exhale, step through between the thumbs, runner's lunge. Inhale, sweep the arms up, crescent. Exhale, warrior two, left heel flat, open. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, easy twist, left hand on the mat, cartwheel down. Sweep the right arm up. Push into your side plank, right foot goes to the back. Find your balance, lift the hip. One circle, right bicep to your ear, inhale. Exhale, sweep down. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, chaturanga, or leave it out. Inhale, cobra upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. One more time. Lift the left heel behind you. Three-legged dog, inhale. Exhale, step through between the thumbs. Inhale, sweep the arms up, crescent. Exhale, warrior two, right heel flat. Inhale, reverse, left arm up. Exhale, cartwheel down. Easy twist, right hand down, left arm up. Star or side plank. Pushing left leg back. Find your balance, lift the hip. Circle with the arm, left bicep to ear, inhale. Exhale, sweep down. Reach back up, lift the hip high, inhale. Exhale, sink onto your front and stay there. Put the feet wider than your hips once you're there. Interlace the fingers above your hips again, or just grab one wrist. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. See if you can straighten the elbows and lift your shoulders. Lengthen the hands towards the back of the mat. And lengthen the crown of the head towards the front of the mat. Feel the lengthening in the neck. Feel the work in between your shoulder blades. See if you can lift the hands off the hips. You're really opening the front of your shoulders, your collarbones, and you're really feeling the work in the back of your shoulders. Squeeze your glutes. See if you can lift the legs. My feet are still wider than my mat. Full back extension. If it hurts your back, lower your feet and press them into the mat. For 3, for 2, and for 1, bring it onto the mat. Hands under your shoulders. Bring the feet hip distance. Sit into child's pose. Option to sit here, or one more headstand practice, same as before, or if you have any other option, any other version. Elbows are no wider than your shoulders, interlacing fingers except for the little ones, and putting your head behind your hands. Walk the feet closer to your elbows and press into the elbows before you're even thinking about lifting. Stay in the tucked position if you need to, or maybe lift up. Very carefully, you never have to lift all the way. Maybe hold for a breath, try not to hurt yourselves, and breathe. If you rolled over, just give me a thumbs up that you're okay, yeah? Just a big thank you. Thank you, just to be on the safe side. A release out of your headstand, very, very slowly. And just sit into child's pose, because some of you are still finishing it off, so no problem, no rush. Nice and slowly, just sit in a child's pose. If your elbows are too wide, that might be the problem. You won't be able to push into the little fingers. Sit in a child's pose. Just relax, turn your head side to side, or if you want to massage your forehead on the mat, that could be quite nice as well. Let's find downward dog. Reach the hands forward, push the bum up. On your next inhale, look to the front. As you exhale, make your way to the front, feet together. Touch the big toe joints. Inhale halfway, and exhale, fold. Let's sweep into a chair pose. Bum down, knees together, sweep the arms up. Take a big inhale. Exhale, hands to heart center and twist to your right. Press the left elbow into the knee and lengthen your spine. Hold. Feel that you're bending the knees, and if you look down at your knees, they are still next to each other, squeezing together. Think about pointing your right elbow towards the ceiling. Lengthen the crown of your head towards the front of the mat. Long back. And maybe think about thumb coming towards the sternum, the middle of your chest. Might not happen, but that's okay. Feel the twist in the back. Look down at your mat for balance and pull the left heel into your bum. You're balancing on your right leg. Start floating the left heel to the back. Find the balance for a sec if you can. And step into a high lunge all the way to the back of the mat. Once you're there, keep twisting. Look to your right again. Make sure the right knee is above the right ankle. So if you need to, lengthen the stance. See if you want to open your arms, elbows straight. But keep pushing the left knee outwards towards the right, sorry, that's your right knee, towards the right side of the mat. Stack the shoulders if you can. Hold it for another breath. And drop the left knee onto the mat. Hands back to heart center. Press into the knee one more time. Bit more twist. And sweep the arms up into crescent moon. Reach up. Take a big inhale as you lengthen up towards the ceiling. Maybe bend back slightly from the top of your shoulders if you can, as you exhale. Inhale, look to the front. Exhale, half split. I'm framing the front foot. Good time to use the blocks around your right foot. Straighten the right knee, send the right hip to the back. Lengthen the back one more time. And fold towards the right thigh. Think about turning the right little toe out towards the right side of the mat. And think about bringing your forehead towards the right toe. I'm trying to isolate your hamstring, the right hamstring. Also think about sending the right hip to the back of the mat. And you should feel the stretch in the back of your right thigh. One more breath here. Come back into crescent moon. I'm bending the right knee, sweeping the arms up. Take a big inhale. Exhale onto the fingertips to frame the right foot. And step in the middle of the mat with the left leg. Going into pyramid. Towards the outside, towards the right side of the mat. Tramlining the feet. Good time to use the blocks again if you need them. Or maybe just put the hands onto the shins. Send the right hip to the back of the mat. Lengthen the spine. Pull the crown of the head towards the front of the mat. Inhale into that halfway lift. And exhale, fold. A bit more stretch in the hamstrings. You can relax your back, but make sure you're sending the right hip to the back of the mat. Make sure there is weight in the left heel. So press the left heel towards the mat. You can have the hands wherever you want. You can frame the left foot, right foot if you're there. You can reach towards the back of the mat. Make sure you can feel the right hamstring stretching. There shouldn't be any back pain, so maybe ease out of it if it's too much. Revolving triangle. I'm lengthening the back. You can use your blocks, you can use your shin, and have a micro bend in the right knee. Long back. Left hand is going towards the mat, or the block, or the shin, or the outside of the right foot. And whilst you're still sending the right hip to the back and lengthening the spine, see if you can turn the right shoulder to the ceiling and maybe the right fingertips. There is still weight in the left heel. And keep your back as long as you can. Feeling the twist in the back. One more breath here, and let's do another balance. If all goes well, your right hamstrings are probably burning. Look to the front of the mat. Use the block if you need to. Bend the right knee and reach the left fingertips towards the front of the mat, or use your block. Lift up into revolving half moon. Lifting left heel and reaching right shoulder up to the ceiling, right fingertips. Straighten the right knee if you can. Take one more breath. And give me one more balance. Standing split, fingertips on the mat. Lift the left heel higher, walk the fingertips towards the right foot. Head and shoulders are diving towards the mat. Lift the left heel high. Use your left glute to lift. Use your right hand behind the right thigh, calf, ankle to pull gently if you need to. Hands on the mat. Framing the right foot if you can. Step to the back of the mat. gently and slowly into a high lunge. Hands flat. Shoot the right heel up into a three-legged dog. Take a big inhale as you lift, and let's open on the top. Stack the hips. Open the hip out to the right, and then the right knee. Pull the heel onto your bum. Hold. Straight arms. Maybe lower your left heel towards the mat. Feeling the stretch in my shoulders, in my left calf, hamstring, and I'm feeling the opening in the hips. Bring the right foot onto the mat. Find downward dog. Drop the knees onto the mat, and let's do a camel pose. If you're coming with me, I'm keeping the toes tucked under, but some of you are ready for more. You can untuck the toes and reach towards the heels. If you're coming with me, meaning with back issues, squeeze the glutes, open the shoulders, keep the hands on your lower back, squeeze the elbows together, and just turn your heart up to the ceiling. Main thing is you feel the glutes working. If you're taking it further, you're already reaching towards the heels. And think about keeping your hips above the knees. Choose your option. Anything that's safe, I'm feeling my core muscles working as well. Safely release out of the position and find downward dog in your own time. Look forward on your next inhale. As you exhale, step or jump the feet together. Inhale, halfway lift, and exhale, fold. I'm really feeling the difference between the two hamstrings. My right one is stretched, and it's still burning slightly. Let's do the other side. Chair pose, squeezing the knees together, sit your hips low, sweep the arms up, inhale. Exhale, hands to heart center and twist to your left. Start pressing the elbow into the knee, making sure your back is long and you're squeezing knees together so there is no gliding on top of each other. Keep lengthening the back. If you feel you're really rounding, maybe ease out of it. Look down for balance. Put the right heel into your bum and start floating it to the back. Step to the back of the mat. High lunge, making sure your right knee is above the right ankle. Keep pushing into that knee, keep twisting. Lengthen the back again. See if you want to straighten the elbows. You're still pushing the left knee towards the outside, the left side of the mat. Drop the right knee onto the mat. Keep twisting. I'm going to bring the hands back to heart center. One more push. And sweep the arms up. Take it slowly. Crescent moon. Reach up, lengthening towards the ceiling. Inhale. Exhale, slide back, bend from the top of your spine. Inhale, look to the front. Exhale, half split. Let's start stretching the left hamstrings. Frame the left foot or bring the fingertips closer to your right knee and start straightening the left knee. Take your time, grab those blocks. They can be very helpful if you need them. Send the left hip to the back, lengthen the back. Forward towards the left toe. Turn the left little toe out to the left side of the mat. Feel the isolation in the left hamstring. Inhale into crescent moon, bend the left knee. Sweep the right arm up. And let's step into pyramid. Frame the left foot. Step the right foot in the middle of the mat. Sending right heel flat, tramlining feet. So again, I'm heel toeing the left toe towards the left side of the mat. I'm using the shin or the block. Inhale into a flat back. Sending left hip to the back. Sending right heel onto the mat. And exhale, fold. Same thing, forehead is going towards the left toe. That's your direction you're looking for. And feel the stretch in the left hamstrings. Revolving triangle. I'm flattening back first, grabbing the block. Right hand will go on the block. First, slide bend, micro bend in the left knee just to protect the left hamstrings. Lengthen the back. Find a position for the right hand. Inside, shin, outside, using the block, whatever you need. Keep sending the left hip to the back, lengthening the back, and then reach the left shoulder, left fingertips to the ceiling. If you're really rounding the back, use the block, come higher with the right hand, and feel the flatness in the back, the strength in the core. And the right heel is pressing onto the mat, stacking shoulders as much as you can, long neck. There is so much going into that twist. And then let's balance. Bend the left knee slightly, right fingertips coming to the front of the mat. My left hamstrings are burning, and lift the right heel off. Keep reaching left fingertips to the ceiling. Keep lifting the right hip high. Maybe straighten the left knee. Now it's really burning. Strong and long back. And the standing split left fingertips on the mat. Walk the fingertips towards the left foot. Lift the right heel. Take that burn in the left hamstring. Drop the shoulders. Use your right glute to lift the right heel. Do yourself fall towards the left thigh, left shin. Use the left hand behind your left leg somewhere if you want. Frame the left foot as you're lowering the right heel. Stepping to a high lunge. Sorry, that's a runner's lunge. Hands flat. Sweep the left leg up into three-legged dog. Take a big inhale. And open on the top. Stack the hips. Bend the left knee and point it up to the ceiling as you exhale and hold. Straight arms. Maybe lower your right heel to the mat. But definitely drop the sternum through. Left leg on the mat. Downward dog. Let's play with dolphin. You can come onto the knees first if you want. 5 times we drop into dolphin and lift back up into downward dog. Dropping the elbows one by one is good, but make sure you're alternating the elbows that drop and lift. Push the sternum through, look towards your elbows. Sorry, your ankles, bum high. Push back into downward dog, straight arms. One by one is good, but think about which one is bending first and try and alternate. Second round, drop the elbows. Try and keep them no wider than the shoulders. Push towards the ankles. Spread the fingertips. Lift back into downward dog. And you're still stretching, dropping through. 3 more times. Anytime you need a break, take it. Sit into child's pose, elbows on the mat. Pushing sternum to the ankles. Push into downward dog. Oh, I started shaking in the triceps, in the shoulders. We've got 2 more. Take a break if you need it. Dolphin, elbows down, chest through. Downward dog, elbows off and chest through. Number 5, last one. Elbows drop. Sternum through. Hold. Push up into downward dog. Drop the sternum through. Hold. Drop your knees onto the mat. Sit into child's pose. Relax the arms by your side. One more back extension. I'm going onto my front. You have the option to interlace the fingers above your hips again, or you can try your bow pose when you're grabbing the ankles. Make sure you start by engaging the muscles in your back between the shoulder blades. Again, you can interlace the fingers. Make sure you engage the muscles in your glutes, and then you can lift. And if you can, bend the knees, flex your feet, try your best to grab the ankles, and you can stay with that because you probably feel the quad stretching already. I'm bringing the knees slightly closer to each other, and you can stay here. If you decide to go into the bow pose, make sure you engage the glutes and between your shoulder blades one more time, and press the feet into the hands so the front chain is working as they are lifting you into this position. Lengthen the back of your neck. No tension there. And slowly release out of it. I'm stacking the hands under the forehead. Relax your head onto the mat. Push your feet side to side to loosen your back. Straighten your knees. Push into downward dog. You have the option to do a full press up or press up onto your knees. Please make sure you lengthen the spine first and you use your core muscles. Inhale, push up. Exhale, downward dog. We've got one more handstand practice, not the head. This time it's the handstand. You can leave it out. Do a headstand practice or sit into child's pose. Choose your option. If you want to come with me, I find it safest without the wall. If I try and swap the legs in the air, but I know some of you don't like it, make sure you take off of one leg. I stand on the right leg. Hands shoulder distance. Do your own bit. I try my best to swap the legs in the air, which means I end up on my left leg and I can go straight away. It's best to practice both ways because normally the leg you take off of takes a lot of weight and you get it really strong if you only practice on one side. Try and catch your balance on the top if you can. Have another go. And then once you've finished, sit down in downward dog. So take the weight off of your wrists. No rush, guys. Finish it off, even out the sides. And let's do a pigeon stretch. Let's do those glutes. I'm starting from a downward dog again. Lifting right heel behind you once you're there. Three-legged dog, inhale. Exhale, stepping the shin behind the wrists. And if you have a different glute stretch and you're not really keen on this one, feel free to use that. I'm scooching the left foot to the back, so I'm lengthening that seated pigeon position. If you feel this is very uncomfortable, use the block under your right bum cheek and just lift the chest. Try your best to keep the left knee straight and send your hips quite squared up with the front side of the mat. Lift the chest, take a big inhale. Exhale, walk the hands forward as far as they go. And maybe drop the head onto the mat. You might want to use the block under your forehead. Take a few deep breaths. Make sure you can feel the stretch in your glutes on the right side. If your knee is hurting on the right side, just go onto your back, one heel across the other thigh and pull the thigh towards you. I give you the option to stay here. We do a quick quad stretch if you can do it without much knee pain. I'm coming up, and don't forget you can come back to this pigeon stretch. You have the option just to reach the left arm to the front, circle it back and reach the left foot, pull it onto your bum. Now if that's too much, sit out onto your right bum cheek so your hip is opening out to the left side, and pull the left heel onto your bum. And you might already have that stretch on the left thigh. If you can take more, then flip your hip back into that position and see what happens. Make sure there is no back pain. So if you feel anything, you might want to tuck your pelvis gently, and it will give you a bit better stretch in the left quad muscle. Hold it for one more breath. And release it off. Let's do a spinal twist. I'm sweeping the left leg all the way to the front, planting the left foot in front of your right shin. And you can stay here or the outside of the right thigh. Placing that foot flat if you can. Make sure the right heel is not underneath your bum. Send the sitting bones flat. Sit up tall. Left fingertips behind you. Reach the right arm up to lengthen towards the ceiling. Inhale. And exhale, hug the left knee with your right elbow or press the elbow against it. On your next inhale, lengthen the spine again. As you exhale, look over your left shoulder behind you and feel the stretch in your lower back. Gentle press into the knee or elbow, feeling the stretch. And then release it off. I'm going all the way back into a downward dog. Find your way back in there. I'll try and go back the same way. I've got left leg going to the back. Coming onto the hands, engaging glutes, stomach muscles, sweeping the right leg back, maybe pedaling the heels out. And then once you're there, let's do the other side. Left heel off for me. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, shin behind the wrists. Laying the chin flat. I need to scooch the right leg back, leveling the hips. Good time to use the block under the left bum cheek. Once you've lengthened the spine and squared your hips, walk forward and find a glute stretch without any knee pain. Placing the head on the mat or a block or anywhere that's comfortable. Make sure you can relax your hips so you get the stretch in your left glute. Again, going onto your back and doing a glute stretch on your back is a good idea. It might work better for some of us. The extra quad stretch, if you want to do that, I'm walking the hands back to the shin, lifting the chest, and you have the option to reach the right arm to the front all the way around and see if you can grab that foot, pull it onto your heel. Or if you're coming with me, I'm sitting out onto the left hip. So my hip is opening out to the right, and then reaching to the right foot, pulling it to my bum, being very careful on your back. Make sure you feel the front of your hip. If from this position you want more, then turn the hips square with the mat and see if it gives you more without any back pain or knee pain. And the spinal twist, I'm releasing the quad stretch, sweeping the right leg to the front, plant the right foot in front of the left shin, and you can do the spinal twist here, or bring the right foot on the outside of the left thigh. Make sure you're not sitting on your left heel, move it out of the way. Sitting up, right fingertips behind you, right hip flat, rooted to the mat. Inhale, reach the left arm up, and exhale, twist. Same as before, hug the elbow or press the elbow, hug the knee or press the elbow into the knee. Take one more breath to lengthen through the back and look over your right shoulder and hold the twist. Hold the lower back stretch. On tango, I'm not going back to downward dog this time, straightening the legs in front of you. Feet together, grabbing a strap. You might need it for a hamstring stretch. Moving the flesh out of the way. And then reach up, inhale. And exhale, fold. Bending the knees might help. Using the strap around the feet might help. You can relax your back, making sure there is no pain in the lower back. If there is any, ease out of the stretch and bend your knees even more. Find a stretch in the hamstrings. Sitting back up slowly. And we're practically there. Go onto your back. Now, if you want to do a boat pose, I know you love a boat pose. Who doesn't? Then by all means, tug the pelvis, find your glute strength, the core strength. And then you can lift the legs into tabletop. You can always keep the feet flat. You can always straighten the legs. Find your option. Make sure it's all in the stomach. Hold it for another breath. And then slowly find your way on your back, onto your back. If you're in boat pose, try and go through a low boat, but really scooping the tummy, pressing the lumbar spine onto the mat. And then bending the knees, releasing the feet onto the mat, and then the head and shoulders. Give yourself a long stretch. I'm straightening the legs as well, arms overhead. Find your Shavasana, your corpse pose. You might like different position for final relaxation. Making sure your spine is long wherever you are. You can relax. You can take a few deep breaths. Close your eyes if you're ready. Take another breath. And make sure you're on your exhale, you're relaxing your face and your shoulders, your neck. And give me 5 long breaths in through the nose, out through the nose. Roll onto your side once you've finished with your 5 breaths. Bending knees, pulling them into your chest. And slowly sit up. You can keep your eyes shut. Sitting upright. You sit on a block, it might be nice. Get the legs comfortable. And then release the shoulders away from the ears one more time, long neck. Ear to shoulder one way, finishing with the neck stretches. Other way. Back to center. Lift your chin. Big inhale. Exhale, drop the chin to the chest. Feel the back of your neck just for a split second. Roll your head one way. Keep breathing. Take your time. Big circle, loosening the entire neck. Change direction. Keep your chin dropped to the chest. Bring the palms together to heart center. Thank you very much, everyone. Namaste.